Hi everyone, thanks again for joining me for this week's Soulmate Oracle reading. Well, we're in August and it's one of those hot August days that I decided to take the reading video indoors. I know we've been doing a lot outdoors. I love the outdoors. I was out all morning, but I felt that this was better and more appropriate, especially as it's very, very hot, to take it indoors. Now, as many of you have been experiencing, it's been extreme August. I mean, the beginning stages anyways, and since last month, that we're seeing a lot of changes, and that's including myself. I'm feeling it. The energy vibrations has been enormously high, and I mean, not always in a good way, bad way, but it's just, you know, there's something going on. You can just feel it, and it's not something that's bad either. So don't look at this as oh no, what's going to happen next, because that's only going to create fear, and we all have fear. But because of all the energy shifts that's happening with what's been going on, last month we had two eclipses, the lunar eclipse, the solar eclipse, but we're also going to have a new moon, a solar eclipse partial, coming up in the next few days. Now the thing is that you have to remember that everything that's happening, it's all working up to a lot of change, a lot of manifestation. Okay, now Lion's Gate portal opening is 8/8. Now a lot of you are aware of it, a lot of you are not. It just represents something that is happening, that is continuing on, that is beginning, things that are changing, you know, that's why we've been experiencing all of this. And you could even notice it in our atmosphere. There's a lot of energy shifts happening. I mean, I'm not going to talk about the weather, but I mean, we can see it. It's just, our bodies are made of energy and water, and we can feel it just like the oceans, just like the atmospheres. It doesn't matter if you're in the summer season or the winter season, you're going to feel it. So this is a time to be more of aware and be prepared. Now there is a lot that's going on that we can sense, especially with divine partners. Now I always talk about the energy shifts that's happening this year, in the previous months, about the energy shifts that happen, and they're not always bad. Remember, when things come to a head, it gets to the peak, so that something can come in, so something beautiful can come in with the divine partner, divine soulmates, twin flames, that covers a large area. Now twin flames are definitely coming into union. A lot of you have been seeing this, a lot of you have been experiencing this, and a lot of you are prepared for it. So I can't define exactly when this will happen, but you will feel it. And a lot with these energy shifts, that's helping the divine unions to come forward, and it goes both from divine masculine and divine feminine. So I'm going to be going into more about what to expect with what's going to happen in this next coming week, what we need to know, what we need to understand, and from what the messages that are coming in through the angels, from my spirit guides, so that you can get the messages. Whatever the divine wants to reveal to us, we need to hear it. Sometimes it's not a good time for us to hear it. It's a good time to maybe revisit. If this video resonates with you, great. But if it doesn't, just take with what does resonate with you, because this video is mainly just to guide you. It's not to tell you what to do. And a lot of people ask me, well, what should I do next? And what should I do? I mean, we all have free will, and we're all here to make the best of it. And we all have to make those decisions. So this is basically just something to use. These messages are to use to help give you the guidance that you need from your spirit guides, the messages that come through to you, because we inspire each other, and this is an energy exchange. That's why I do these videos. My main goal to do these videos is to help and to guide everyone, just so that we can all be in unity. Because if we're all doing this, you know, this planet can be such a great place. I mean, it's a beautiful place, don't get me wrong, but there is some negativity that we all accumulate and we experience and we see. And if we all stick together, well, we can make it as positive as we can. Okay, so without further delay, let's begin. I've meditated and shuffled the cards, asking for guidance for what we need to know in order to take with us for this week and the upcoming energy shifts, what to expect, for the divine give us the messages so that we can use to our highest good, whatever they may be, good or bad, that we understand them and how to prepare for them. Now the cards that I've used this deck many of times, magical messages from the fairies, and I love this deck by Doreen Virtue. A lot of you are familiar with it. It's not a brand new deck, but it is quite beautiful. And the first card that I pulled let go. And as you can see in this card, there's a young fairy. And she's looking at this beautiful cardinal. Looks like a cardinal. Yes, it's a cardinal. And she understands that it's time to let go. It's time to release. And as we talked about surrendering during this time, letting go sometimes isn't the easiest times. But it's not necessarily letting go of a specific person or situation, but letting go of the energy that you're holding on to. And as this card says, as you surrender, the need to control your relaxed energy rapidly attracts your desires. Okay, now, as you can see that this is something that has been told to us over and over, that we need to let go, we need to release, we need to surrender. Many of us are still trying to understand what that may be, because we feel that we've already released enough, or we've already let go of enough. Is there something that we're not doing correctly? Actually, it could be that feeling that you're getting that you're not releasing enough. The Divine Masculine, this is something that influences him in a great way, because Divine Masculine is saying, I want to let go, I want to start over, I need to release and surrender. Now, we've been seeing this in several readings. The energies have been coming up that the Divine Masculine is tired, the Divine Masculine needs to make those changes. But when there's something that is not occurring correctly, sometimes we get frustrated and we say, okay, I've let go, I've done it, I'm already there. When is it going to finally unfold for me? When am I going to finally see my happiness like everyone else? Well, that is something that you need to let go of. Letting go of the feeling that you're not getting enough, because you just very well may be getting everything that you need, but you're not accepting it. How can you accept everything that is happening to you right now? How can you accept it, but you're still not letting go? Maybe there is something beautiful about to happen in your life, but because your energy is not allowing it, it's the laws of attraction. You're not allowing positivity to enter in your life, so you're continuing to go back to this pattern over and over. Now, maybe with the relationship, maybe there's someone that you're frustrated with, and this person is somebody that you truly care for, and you know that you can't let go of this person, or maybe you do have to let go of this person. I can't tell you that. This is a situation that you have to see what is causing negativity in your life. You can't live like this. You cannot go on with life going back and forth, trying to understand somebody when they don't understand you. So maybe it's time to just let go of the feeling that maybe you're not understanding this person. Maybe she doesn't get it because you're not getting her. And I'm not saying this is for a woman or a man. I'm just saying that whoever you're focused on, there is something that you're not letting go of. Like, some of us have relationships that it's not about letting them go, it's about letting go of something, not exactly someone. I see this a lot, and I've been asked many a times, what do I have to release? That person, my husband, my wife? No. If you're if you're settled and grounded into a specific relationship, that you care about this person, and you know that this person is your divine soulmate, divine partner in your life that you're going to be with, then you have to work on yourself. You have to work on you, not work on them so that they can blend in and adjust with you, because that's not how it goes. Sometimes we have to realize what our mistakes are first before we can move forward. And yes, maybe that person is treating you wrong. Maybe that person isn't treating you the way you should be treated. Maybe because you're not treating yourself right and you're not being heard. So sometimes minor adjustments can make a big difference, and that's where the Divine Masculine wants to make those adjustments. The Divine Masculine has been looking at this for quite some time, and this is a beautiful time to release and surrender all that you've been holding on to. This is the perfect opportunity. Okay, the next card. You've got the power. I know a song, You've Got the Power. I love that song. I'm from the old school songs. Okay, enough about music. You've got the power. If we can see this card, okay. It's a young fairy. Now, this fairy is on a tightrope, if you can see her, and it doesn't necessarily represent a female or a young child. It's not indicating that, but the energy is innocent. As you can see, there's young little butterflies flying around her, and dragonflies, and She is just in a unique place. The artwork is gorgeous on this. You can just look at it and see that she is walking on this tightrope. It's on a thread, actually, on a spider web. Interesting. Interesting. I've never really noticed that. It was a spider web. Okay, so you've got the power. Just like this card says, you got the power. And as this card says on the bottom, I'm going to clear it up so you can read it along with me. Use your abilities to resolve this situation. You can do it. Now, you can see it. It's clear. You can do it. Okay. You got the power in your heart. You know what you're supposed to do. You know what the divine is telling you and what you're supposed to be doing with all of this, because sometimes we don't realize, sometimes we get carried away, sometimes we just don't understand that we have the power, but we're not using it to our highest good. The divine masculine knows this as well. The divine masculine, yes, he may be very stubborn because he's not living his life the way he wants to live it, because he's living in a place where it just feels like it's he's not letting go. The energy, like I said, divine masculine doesn't necessarily mean it's the man energy, okay? It's a man, I'm sorry, a man. It represents both men and women, and we all carry divine masculine and divine feminine inside of us. So sometimes we lean towards one or more than the other. This is why I talk about it. Plus, you may be faced with a divine masculine partnership, relationship, that you can see that that person is leaning towards it. So, however it really resonates with you, I can't tell you. Or maybe you know that you're the divine masculine. It doesn't matter, okay? So anyways, like I was saying, you got the power to do this. And you got the power to let go of all that stuff, all that negativity, all that excess baggage that has been like carried on for so long. Remember, we carry our own burdens. We have that backpack on our backs filled with all those little stones. We think that they are necessary for us to carry alongside life. They just get heavier and heavier and heavier. Before you know it, well, it hurts your back for one, but two, you have stones, things in your backpack that you don't necessarily need. You need to release them and let it go. Those stones are unnecessary energies that have been haunting you. They haunt us all. We go through them periodically. We have to release and surrender. Every time these things happen, we have to understand that it's time to just let go. Okay? So let's go to the next card. Perfect timing. Love this card. It's one of my favorite cards. I'm called to it, maybe because it has this beautiful, if I can get her clear, this beautiful little fairy. And like I said, it's not necessarily meant for a woman, but it is a woman fairy in this one. And she's going along inside of here. Okay, there we go. She's in this beautiful tree, grabbing like starfish, and it looks like starfish or stargazers. It is stars. It is beautiful, and it says on this card, "This is the right time for you to move forward." Wow, it is the right time. Perfect timing. This card is meant for a lot of people, because I do feel it. It's a message telling you, I'm just trying to distract deflection. Okay. This card is telling you it's the perfect timing for you to do what you need to do in order to get yourself back on track. The divine feminine, she's going through changes herself. She wants to lay it all out on the table. Maybe say everything that she feels to someone. Although she has been holding back, sometimes it's not ideal when it's during Mercury retrograde. Sometimes it's not ideal to say everything, but she's planning on it. She knows that it's perfect timing. As we all know, we're in Mercury retrograde. I should have mentioned that last week, but it is a time when we're going through things that not go haywire, but sometimes it's not going to go perfect, but we're getting ready for it, because Mercury retrograde soon is going to be ending, I believe on the 19th, and this is a perfect time to just bring out what you're feeling in your heart. The energy shifts that's been happening is preparing you. Now, I'm not telling you that it's time for you to tell somebody what you're feeling, your heart, but it's a time to get out a message. Maybe there's somebody that is not doing something correctly. Maybe you know a family member. This could be somebody that you see that they're not doing something right, and it's perfect time to tell them that they may be doing the wrong thing by letting go their partner, or the divorce, or whatever they're going through. Maybe there is somebody that you know. It's perfect timing for you to find it in your heart to say what you need to say. Sometimes it feels like, are we going to make it work? Maybe I should tell them I feel we are. Maybe it's perfect timing to say, maybe it's time to say goodbye. This is all messages that are coming from the divine. If there's something that you're making a decision about, something that you're looking at, what you need to do, this is a time that it's really necessary for you to stop looking at the past and start moving forward, because this is the perfect time to start moving forward. Maybe it's not tell somebody, maybe this is a message that I got, but it's the perfect time to start moving forward in your life. Maybe start over again. I like to start with a fresh new beginning. Sometimes when I have a plan made, I know that I'm not doing something and I should be, maybe I'm procrastinating. It's a good time to start fresh and start over. Maybe it's an exercise regimen. Maybe it's a new diet. Maybe it's clean out the closet and buy some new clothes, or change up some clothes, lose a few pounds, get some exercise, whatever that may be. This is your time to shine. This is you. This is the perfect time to move forward. And I can't tell you enough how much it's important to do the things that you feel in your heart, because if you don't, you're going to miss the perfect opportunity, especially now with the energy shifts. Or maybe it's a time to just put away things and plan on it, that when you're ready. Of course, you have to be ready if there is something that you're planning on. I feel like there is somebody that is planning on something, that it's time to make that shift, make that change. And maybe it's for, maybe not this time frame, but maybe for next year. So whatever it is, it's the perfect time to start. Okay, so let's go to the last card. Oh, assertiveness. I'm going to go on this side. I think it's clearer. There we go. Oh, okay. Assertiveness. As you could see, this divine fairy is in the center, and she's in a rainbow of colors. I love the colors in this card. I love yellow gold with all of these different colors that shine beneath and above her wings. And as this card says, if we can clear it. Okay, so I guess the clearest I'm going to get it. Stand up for, wait, let me just clear it. Okay. Stand up for your beliefs and only say yes if you really want to. And that's being assertive. Being assertive is not being mean. Being assertive is not saying everything out of proportion. Being assertive is all about saying what you feel in your heart, what you feel that I said about perfect timing. Being assertive is about expressing yourself, and that's the divine feminine. She needs to be assertive. She needs to come out. She needs to shine. Her light has been held back for so long that we're seeing this more and more now, with divine feminines now starting to act upon their emotions, and not negatively, but actually with passion, using that passion. And this is wonderful. I guess it has a lot to do with the energy shifts that we just saw. I mean, the energy shifts have been changing things right around, where the divine feminine is becoming more, I'm not saying aggressive, but she's starting to take the lead a little bit more, that she knows what she wants, and she's going to get what she wants, but she's not going to stand for and just sit around. So maybe your relationship right now has been at a stalemate, and you know that this person cares about you, but this person isn't treating you right. I can feel like something has been going on, that maybe you're allowing something to happen, and you just don't approve of it. You cannot see it happen. Maybe you feel like there's a third party involved, but you've never got the guts or the nerve to ask, is there someone else, because you're being neglected. Sometimes it's better to be assertive, to find out. I mean, I'm not saying to go snoop around. I'm not talking about that. So please, I don't want to say something that may trigger off anybody, but I have to say it the way it is, because I'm feeling a message. that you need to just like come out and just say it out loud. If you don't, you're going to hold back a lot of energy, and that's the opposite of being assertive. You will have more of a feeling of relief. Just like I said, letting go of a feeling that you've been holding back, a feeling that's been going on in your life, that it's time to just rise up and be who you are. Being yourself is what it is all about. Now, many times it's a time when people kind of like, not that I'm saying people are cruel, but sometimes they can take advantage of us. And not that we are allowing it, because honestly, we don't like that. We don't approve of that. I mean, we're all equals. But when we have our good-hearted nature and we want to be compassionate and we just, turn the cheek, don't want to say nothing bad, sometimes that can rub off on somebody like, oh, that person's easy. That person doesn't care. That person, I can say whatever I want, and that's wrong. I'm not saying that person is so wrong as a person, but that person is not thinking correctly. And that's kind of like bullying somebody. I don't approve of that. So this is where you have to be assertive and maybe speak up a little bit on that you're not happy with the way you've been treated. Could be a coworker. I mean, yes, sometimes we're mistreated by coworkers because they think that they have the upper hand, or they think that they've been there longer, they have more rights, or they're just very aggressive. And you know what? That is so wrong. That they intimidate us in a certain sense, that we get like insecure. It triggers off that we just don't want to cause problems. Maybe it's time to just speak up a little bit for yourself, because if you don't, you're not really bringing yourself out the way you should, because you're getting upset. You're getting upset. You want to say something, but how are you going to be respected and looked at higher if you're always allowing negativity to be poured upon you? You're allowing the energy vampire to take from you. That's exactly what they're doing, because they're wrong. Whatever their issue is, I'm not saying that they're toxic or negative, but they have issues, obviously, and you know that. But you don't have the issue with them. They have the issue with just about everybody. So it's better to just speak up and say what you feel, whoever that could be. If it's a coworker, or even if it's a family member, that's even more difficult. Somebody that's been kind of like pushing your buttons, someone that's trying to manipulate you. It's time to just stick up for yourself and just say, I can't take it anymore, and maybe in a loving way, that they get the message. See, when you start doing that, that message gets across. Like I said, it's a message that you need to just bring out. Try not to do it during Mercury retrograde right now. I know Mercury retrograde is a very difficult time, but plan on it. Keep it in your mind. Mercury retrograde can maybe rub off on somebody the wrong way. So anyways, I know this might be a little confusing during the energy shifts that we're having, but try to use this reading for your highest good and plan for it in the future for making those changes. Okay? So I hope this reading resonated with you. It resonated with me in many, many ways that I can use, and I'm hoping that you can use it as well. Now, if you'd like to get your own personalized reading, I do offer email, phone, and chat readings. The links are down below in my description area on my blogs. You could also check out my articles, and also my YouTube and Facebook videos. And basically, I try to talk about soulmates, twin flames. I have lots of Q&A and other reading videos that may resonate with you, because sometimes we don't have to look at the dates, and they resonate with us, and it's just a message, like I said before. Okay, so one more last thing. I just want to say thank you to all my new subscribers. Thank you for taking the time out to watch me and email me about your situation, your questions about anything. I mean, I'm here for you guys, and I want to be here all the time, but sometimes I get very busy, especially now with the energy shifts and the limited time I have, that I can't. So I do apologize in advance. Okay, so I'm just letting you guys know. As many of you know me already, I try to reach out to everybody. So if you have any questions, please post them in the comments area. I will get to you as soon as I can. Just please be patient. Okay, and I think that's it. So until next time, God bless you all. Namaste.